Hi, dear students and friends. See, AKS Krishnan here in my YouTube channel, AKS Krishnan. And in this video, we are going to discuss about IFRS diploma course, which is issued by ACCA from UK. And our course mentor, Mr. CA Ramesh Kumar Malela, is our close friend actually. Me and Ramesh having almost like 8 to 9 years friendship.
Almost 10
From
years,
our,
it's
yeah, 10 years,
2010.
close to 10 years, 2010 actually, yeah, 10, 11 onwards. So we are our CA classmates, Ramesh and me are CA classmates. So today we are both our teacher. I am taking law audit and he is taking FR accounts and handling even sometimes inter law also he handles. Okay, so actually in this video, I am going to discuss with him about this IFRS diploma course. So I will tell this as a post qualification course, but it is not necessary. Only CA students, CA finishers only can do this, and many can do this. So I'm going to ask Ramesh Kumar Malela, okay, who is also delivering lectures for CA Final FR. Many of you would have been known this fact. For some people, it is new. For some people, he is already known. Now, let us start discussing with him. Hi, Ramesh.
Hi, Krishna.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you? Long time
Yeah, I'm
actually.
good. Yeah, long time actually. Yeah. So actually, see, due to this COVID, there are many students who want to do some course because they are all working from home only. Many CA qualified students, like no past 1 year or 2 year, they have since they qualified, they want to do some additional course. And many students have passed in the old syllabus of CA, which is
Correct.
normal AS. Okay, which is before Ind AS regime.
Yeah.
And these people had something called the difference between AS and AS in their portion, which will come approximately 8 or 10 marks. Okay, but
Correct.
they don't have big knowledge on Ind AS.
Right.
Okay, and today's scenario, we are already in IFRS regime. Many
Yes.
MNCs asking people in IFRS questions in their interview.
Correct.
So many students who are my past CA students actually, like they all completed CA, they wanted to do this additional course called IFRS diploma. And whenever they ask IFRS diploma course, they didn't get a proper response from any faculty. Okay, because most of the faculties are only restricting themselves to CA coaching and not any other additional coaching. So this is what the problem is. And even I don't have much knowledge about this IFRS course.
Correct.
And now I got one old friend who is also having some knowledge about this. That is why I asked you to please come and discuss with me, Surite. And
Sure.
thank you for accepting my invitation in your busy schedule, because no evening class, morning class you are having, and practice also. So thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Now the first question is, who can do this diploma in IFRS?
Yeah. First thing, before I answer your question, thank you for the invitation. Actually,
Yeah.
It's been actually more than 10 years we know each other, but I think this is our first professional association to discuss over what can be done for someone who intends to do a course.
Yes.
During this COVID. In fact, thanks to
Yeah.
COVID one way. So on the things apart, so coming to the subject, diploma in IFRS is the course which can be done either by existing chartered accountants who have already qualified, or by students who are yet to qualify CA.
Okay.
Not just CA, someone who has just completed degree also can do.
Okay, good.
Someone who has completed degree also can do. However, the criteria for each of these categories is different.
Okay.
I'll discuss across over the discussion why how you can do it is something very easy. Instead, you actually need to understand why you should do this.
Okay.
So just think about a scenario where 10 years, 20 years back, when we qualified 10 years back.
Yeah. We
only were thinking about companies that AS is what it's going to be in future, and we have qualified that, came out. We have established ourselves in practice or industry elsewhere. Everything is going good. But at that point of time, someone who intends to get an international job, say that is, they would like to move out of India.
Yeah.
In such case, take it Arab market, that is
Gulf.
Middle East.
Yeah, Middle East. Yeah.
Or UK market, Australian market, US market, Canadian market, whatever be the case. They had that requirement of learning global standards.
Okay.
Hence, people used to concentrate those days. Those days, only those who intend to go abroad used to concentrate on IFRS.
Okay.
But off late, after this globalization and India moving into global environment and all, there are many companies in India
Mm.
who are who are required to report in global standards.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when it comes to global standards, what I intend to say is, say, think about a company which is there right now in India for 20 years or so, and it has got global presence elsewhere, say US, UK, Africa, and all. Now, when they would like to prepare a consolidated financial statement for various entities across the globe, the standards in each of these countries are different.
Yeah.
Which case, the financial statements which are drawn are also different.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this draws out a difference, and there's a difficulty here that they cannot consolidate the financial statements because all of them are not prepared in a single platform.
Uniform manner. Yeah.
Yes. So since this concern was there, there is importance of global standards which was highlighted long back, but
Okay.
India has took a stand that it will prepare financial statements which are
Convergence.
in line with IFRS.
Yeah.
In line with IFRS. Only in 2015 they have entered into this regime called IFRS regime. However, it's not exactly IFRS which are copy pasted from UK. However, we have made our own tailor making changes to meet our economic environment. That is Indian environment to meet Indian environment.
Yeah.
So there are few changes which are made to it.
Yeah.
So in India, if you see, we have Ind AS which is in existence, which is almost equivalent to IFRS across the globe. Okay. Now coming to DIP IFRS.
Okay.
DIP IFRS per se, I would say you are someone who is intending to work in Indian markets, but with large MNCs to whom Ind AS is applicable.
Okay.
Or you have intentions of going global, work elsewhere in the world. In either of these cases, or you would like to create a niche area for yourself that you would like to specialize in IFRS consulting, like how I am doing now.
Okay.
In either of these circumstances, you need to have that knowledge about IFRS.
Okay.
And one good course which ACC has launched specifically for IFRS is DIP IFRS. DIP IFR actually.
Yeah,
Diploma in International Financial Reporting. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the brief intro about why someone can choose this course.
Yeah, Ramesh. Ramesh, actually, the next question is whether we, because we all completed CA, whether we need to do this additional course, post-qualification course, whether we need to get enriched with the knowledge of IFRS. What is your answer for that?
Okay. So if you look at the industry right now, I don't say that CA has lost its value or something. Not at all. It has got its value always, no doubt about it. But upgrading yourself with the new changes is always important.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that change, we need to be abreast of what all changes have happened in the world, and we need to learn how accounting is happening across the globe, and we need to get updated with that. And hence, I think it's important to have few new feathers in our hat.
Yeah. So how difficult for us to study this DIP in IFRS?
I don't think it's not really something which is difficult here.
Okay.
See, I would say this. Someone who has qualified chartered accountancy is definitely someone who has put in a lot of effort in qualifying, and they have got that knowledge, no doubt about it.
Okay. See, I completed almost like 2011 I wrote my examination and 12 I passed.
Yes.
So there are more number of students who passed in 13, 14 and 15. Okay.
Right.
Who, for example, for us and all, we don't have the differentiation between that IFRS, AS importance itself. At least in last 3 years, they have given that importance, the differentiation between IFRS. Now they made mandatory to answer these questions.
Correct.
Yeah, but there are some students like me or in 2013, 14, 15, they qualified. No, those people, if they want to do this course, because they are little out of touch with the books and all. But many people are working in MNC today. See, even though they are having their big fours as their auditors, okay, but to handle their questions, if they have this DIP IFRS qualification, I think it's a very good, better thing to handle. We will have some recognition in our organization, as well as the auditor comes when we answer those questions. I think it will be good. That is the reason many students are thinking of doing this course. So what
Yeah.
is your opinion on it?
Yeah, I 100% accept your view, Krishnan.
Yeah.
In fact, if you observe someone who has qualified CA maybe in 1990s
Okay.
or somewhere in 2000, they might not be, I would not say would not be, they might not be abreast with changes which have happened in the recent past. Take
Obvious.
example of Caro 2020 itself. Of course, it's not yet
Okay.
out now,
Yeah,
for now,
mandatory. Yeah, it's not yet mandatory. Yeah.
right? You know it better, in fact.
Yeah.
So, in fact, when you look through the Caro 2020, literally, it's like he's asking the history about the directors, and every minute detail is being asked there.
Mm,
How many people know about it? I do not want to comment on it.
mm,
Same way, when we have a new accounting regime which is required to be learnt,
mm.
definitely yes, it's always good that we understand it and take inputs from it and get abreast with the market.
Okay. So
And
how difficult is for, like, so see, for example, a person who is out of touch with the books for past 6 or 7 years,
yeah,
if he touch the book again, whether he
uh,
can study this course and come out of it?
I would rather say it's not about losing touch with the subject. You are
Okay.
brushing your basics once again, and
Okay.
you are learning something new.
Okay.
No,
So
I personally feel nobody would lose touch with the subject, especially in
yeah.
CA profession.
Yeah, obviously yes, but no, people little fear. See, they want to complete this course, at the same time they have the fear of this course. Okay, so that is the reason I'm asking.
Agreed.
Once
But
they started, I will tell you, once they started, they will finish it. But
yeah,
the starting only is the problem.
yeah, starting is the problem for which we can definitely train them. There are ways to mold them. There are ways to inject the subject into them.
Okay.
Instill that interest into the subject.
Okay.
So there are ways for it. We can do that, but doing this course is not at all such a rocket science or something which we cannot crack.
Okay. Yeah. Next question is, how much time and money will be needed as an investment?
Okay. Time, I'll keep it as a separate question. Money is same for all. First, let me finish off with respect to monetary aspect.
Yeah.
This being a UK based course, the registrations and examination fees, everything will be in pounds.
Yeah, pounds. Yeah.
Okay. And coming to initial registration, it's some 90 pounds.
Okay.
And thereafter, for examination, for every attempt, it's somewhere around 120 pounds.
Okay.
So all put together, roughly around 210 pounds. If at all you finish it off in the first go.
So in today's amount, INR, what is the amount?
Into 100 rupees.
Okay.
So 22,000 rupees. Maybe.
Okay.
22,000 is the maximum bet, what I'm saying.
Okay.
And let me tell you, coming to the time frame.
Okay.
I have personally seen someone finish off the course in 6 months. I mean, like the bare minimum is 6 months, within which you can prepare the course properly, understand each concept really well, and then crack it off.
Okay.
And as you know, like how we wrote for CA, same way you have concept of attempts there.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Depends
Tell
on
me, like, what are the timings in general? Just don't take the COVID into the situation.
Okay.
Generally, because we know in CA we have only 2 attempts in a year. One is May, another one is November.
Yeah.
But in ACCA, in UK people, like, whether they have like 4 attempts or only 2 attempts in a year.
Yeah. With respect to DIPA-IFRS, let me tell you, it's 2 attempts. It's generally it's generally in June and December.
Okay.
But right now, due to COVID and all, this recent 2020 June attempt is postponed to September now.
Okay. Say, for example, if a person planning for the December course, okay, what is the last date for him to register in this course?
Registration, it would be 2 months ahead of the exam date.
Oh, okay. So they still have time for this December examination.
Yes.
If at all it happens, they still have time to register and start this course.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So if, for example, they start preparation in the month of, say, August, from August 15th, 2020. Okay. Let us have that as a cutoff date.
Yeah.
Okay. Can they complete this refreshing or studying this IFRS course for this one particular subject, which is FR in ACCA? Basically, it's a financial reporting under ACCA standards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like they are writing one particular subject alone examination, correct? And that is why they have given one certificate called diploma. That is the certificate they are giving. So for studying that subject, because for CA itself, our teachers used to take a 3.5 to 4 months of classes for that particular subject. 1:1 day, like maybe weekly 4 days they used to take.
Yes.
Approximately 2.5 hours per class into 4 subjects. 4 days means approximately they comes to somewhere around 12 hours per week.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, but that time we are all kids actually. Okay. Now we all learned kids. I can say we are all kids only compared
Yes,
to the
absolutely.
score.
Yes.
So how much time frame do you think, like, classroom coaching, how much time you need to take for the students or something like that?
So if at all we plan a DIP IFRS course, maybe ideal would be some 60 to 70 hours. Because
Okay.
the reason why I'm saying 60, 70 hours is already these are people, if I'm just thinking about people who are already qualified chartered accountants,
Okay.
or someone who has completed group 1 and have got that comfort in accounting,
Okay.
and they intend to do DIP IFRS.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
such audience,
Okay.
maybe 60, 70 hours of course is really good.
Okay. Good.
And
Good.
that's sufficient for them for preparation.
Okay. So we are planning to launch this course. Okay.
Right.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Maybe next month we are planning to launch this course. And we are going to do in 2 ways actually. What I planned is, only because most of the people are professionals, they're already into employment or in practice, so they don't find time during the weekdays, like
Weekdays. Yes.
Monday to Friday they don't find time. So
Yes.
we have to launch this course only through Saturday and Sundays. Okay. And through Zoom meetings or whatever the mode available, we have various modes of online. Zoom is for me it's very easy. I think for you also it's very easy.
Absolutely.
Many students also finds and it is not a Chinese app, that is very clear now. So because I am using Zoom and I am paying monthly 1,250 rupees something, and I think most of you you also doing that.
Yes.
Many teachers are doing that. So my gut feel, like, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday 10 to 1 and Sunday 10 to 1. I think that is the time. I think many people will be willing to join in that time, so
Yes.
that the rest of the day is also free. They can do revision also during that time.
Correct.
And again, Monday to Friday, they can concentrate in their things.
Correct.
So whether it is like Saturday, Sunday, for how many weeks if we plan, you can be comfortable in completely?
Say, if we plan 3 hours in a day,
Okay.
that
So
is
weekly 6
Saturday 3
hours.
hours and Sunday 3 hours, it's going to be
Yeah,
6
weekly.
days, 6 hours in
Exactly,
a,
6
in a
hours.
weekend.
Yeah.
So if we plan it such way, maybe we can do it across 10 sessions, 10
Yeah,
10
2.5
weekends.
months. Yeah,
Yeah,
2.5 months.
If there are any possibilities of Ganesh Chaturthi or something like that in between, maybe we can
We can give leave. Yeah, we can give leave. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we can
So
think
we will
of one
extend
more
it.
day extra or reduce that day.
Exactly. Okay, done.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have actually planned 2 things. Okay, one is the live Zoom face to face online, and another thing is recording it. Okay,
Yes.
so because there are people who don't have money today, but they want to do this course also.
Correct.
So for them, either we can take a next session, and some people are there who cannot wait every week. Okay, they are ready to do morning to evening, so we
Correct.
can record for them and we can give it to them, and they can study in within 2-3 weeks also. There are people who having capacity to finish it.
Yes.
And they can do that. So we can give the fresh charter accountants, for example, recently passed people, 2019 people, or 2019 November or 2019 May attempt, who can start this course and finish it even 1 or 2 weeks, so they can complete this entire course, because
Correct.
they are seeing 10 hours a day. Okay, video class and all, now they are all set to it. Okay, we see, for
Correct.
us video class and all very difficult to watch.
Right.
For these people, this generation, they are all they are accustomed to it.
Correct.
Nowadays so many people started watching video classes. They are purchasing rather than coming face to face and wasting their time in transportation.
Correct.
Okay, they are taking video classes and doing it. So for them we can give the recorded lectures. Okay, that is
Yes.
also we are planning. Okay.
Yeah.
Then so coming to this syllabus. Okay, what is the syllabus? Topics.
Yeah. Syllabus wise, if you see, you have all the IFRS in it.
Yeah.
It's not specific to one specific side of the standards. It has got standards on assets. It has got standards on liabilities. It has got recognition standards with respect to revenue. It has got provisioning standards. It has got financial instruments, the most important, and not everything. Okay. So it has got standards on everything, and all the standards are supposed to be covered by us. Absolutely conceptual.
Okay.
Absolutely conceptual. maybe we would be solving few problems over the sessions wherever the concept is something very tricky.
Okay.
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 So maybe across 60 hours, we can easily foresee 100 to 150 problems, which we can finish off over the 60 hours of span.
Okay. So is there any material prescribed by this institute?
In fact, ACCA itself has got a material which is
Okay.
given as a a PDF which you can download when you register.
Okay. Okay. Very
Okay,
good. Yeah.
that material is good enough.
Okay.
However, when it comes to the examination, let me tell you this is very important.
Okay.
Examination happens in two parts.
Okay.
There is one a case study question which is for 25.
Okay.
There is one case study question which is a big case study question, and
Okay.
there are three other questions.
Okay.
In these four questions together, he's gonna question you. He's gonna test you on all the aspects.
Okay. The only 4 questions,
That's
but
all.
all the questions have big marks. Okay. Okay. Done.
That's all. Okay. So this is how the questioning pattern would be. It's not going to be like, for example, take CA final questions.
Okay.
I'm not comparing it. Absolutely,
Okay.
there is standard in CA final questions as well. But still, the style in which questions are being asked in DIP IFR is different.
Okay.
So
See, that's what actually we also wanted. We wanted the conceptual knowledge, not that sum-based knowledge, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Because see, everyone's facing different situation. So conceptual knowledge is what is most important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So 60 hours is the course timing what we are going to plan as a classroom coaching.
Yes.
And we are going to solve approximately 100 plus problems. And conceptually, full IFRS we are going to cover.
Yes.
So this is what our plan, and we are going to launch it very soon.
Yeah.
So we will just keep discussing about it. Okay, let us stop the discussion here. And we'll get some queries from the students also, like whoever we are going to launch this video in YouTube. So people who are having doubt, they can post their queries in this description also. They can post the queries.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us get the queries solved one by one. And if at all there are so many questions asked, if it's necessary, we can do one more session like this.
Yes.
Okay, and we can answer those questions also in the video format.
And one more thing I just wanted to add here. There are people who generally ask this, so I thought maybe this would add little more information to your audience.
Yeah.
Say someone who prepares for DIP IFR.
Okay.
IND-AS is a cakewalk for them.
Okay.
Because IND-AS is something a little tailor-made of IFRS.
Okay.
Right? So when they prepare for IFRS, IND-AS is something which they know automatically. And moreover, in the classroom discussion when we do, I generally have this mindset of helping them on both the angles. They need to learn IFRS, and also they should be abreast with Indian entities.
Okay.
So we'll be covering both the standards so that it will be easy for them to understand IND-AS as well.
Okay, done. So we will start with a demo class. Okay,
right.
Maybe in the whenever we're launching, like in mid-August we are planning to launch. We'll start with a demo class. Okay, we will ask the students for first 2 day session free class. Okay, so let them join. Okay, I know whoever is going to join, they are going to pay the fees for the next session, and they have to join. But initially, everyone have the doubt because this is a foreign course and new faculty. Because they have seen only MPV sir as a faculty. Okay, so now MPV sir is not taking classes. Okay, if MPV sir takes the class, obviously I would have approached him, sir, you please start taking this class. And you being the Shishya of MPV and having close associates with MPV sir, so I guess you are the right person because he would have discussed much in this 3-4 years because this is the time where he became a CCM in last 2-3 years. He may be talking much about what is happening around the globe with you. That's what I guess. So that is the reason I came to you and I made you to talk in this question and answer session. So let us hope all the people who are joining our course are passing in the very first attempt. So they are saving lot of amount, thousands of amount they are going to save because CA it's only 1,500 attempt, 500 rupees or 3,000 rupees for the next attempt. But it is coming to approximately 20,000 rupees. So we have to coach these people to save. And our coaching also should be at a very, very minimal amount. So we are planning to launch the first session with 5,000 rupees for the 60 hours course, which is very, very, very affordable amount. Okay,
Absolutely.
I will say it's only an investment, and this is actually to bring them here. Okay, this 5,000 rupees actually it's very, very low to just bring them, because I have seen ACCA people how much 16,000 rupees per subject they're asking. Okay, 16,000 rupees per subject they're asking. So we are giving like 1/3 at the cost, and with the experienced faculty, not just like that faculty. It's experienced faculty who is handling CA final FR for students. So, and this is going to be a interactive session. That is very good highlight. It's not like a normal studio recording class. We are doing interactive classroom. So I hope this is a very, very affordable investment by the people. So thank you so much, Ramesh. We will
My
launch
pleasure,
this course
Krishna.
soon. Okay. And if at all any queries is there, we will go for the next videos. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Namaste.
bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.